This video has been sponsored by EA. If you haven't got Apex Legends installed, check the description for a link. It's free to play and the new Season 3 map can be played for free too. Season 3 has dropped. There are a lot of secrets in this new update and a lot has changed, so this video will help you to learn tons more about Apex Legends. I've already found dozens of secrets and tips, and today I'll share my knowledge and give you a huge list of tips to get you started. Number 1. If you're playing crypto, you can look at banners to immediately know how many squads are in the 200 meter range of the drone. This is incredibly powerful and something that was completely overlooked in the Meet Crypto reveal trailer. Some of you eagle-eyed folks may have noticed this already, but being able to scout ahead to a nearby area to find how many squads are there doesn't only help you keep safe, but if you're hunting eliminations, this is a great way to track down the quieter players that may not make themselves heard. Number 2. The golden armor now has the fast heal ability. This means that if you shoot somebody that has gold armor, you now know they have fast heal and you should push them hard if you damage them, or at least be aware that they could be healed up if you can't get to them quick enough. Number 3. The new golden backpack gives players you revive extra shields and health when you revive them. However, if you have both the backpack and the knockdown shield, you can self-revive yourself with extra health and shields too. Number 4. Crypto's drone scans enemies within 30 meters automatically, but you can manually ping enemies much further distances for your squad. This way you can make sure your team are aware of what's going on around you. Number 5. On the map, there are a number of stations where the train automatically stops. When it gets there, loot bins will rise up from the train station, revealing loot that was previously unavailable. When the train leaves, the loot bins disappear into the train station floor again. Number 6. You can also open and close doors with Crypto's drone too. It says hack door, but really you're just opening it like normal. Why would you want to do this? Well, what if you want to shoot a player hiding behind a door, or get your team to throw nades inside? This could be a viable option. Number 7. There are new loot drones. These are called cargo drones. These things can get scared easily, so if you shoot them too much, they'll start to speed off, making it hard to destroy them. To make sure you get the cleanest drop, shoot the drone itself, not the ball. That way you can bring it down with one single bullet. Number 8. The loot drones cycle 3 different colors: blue, purple and gold. This signifies what loot will be inside. It will go purple first for a short time, then blue for a long time, then quickly flash gold before going purple again. The best thing you can do is line up your shot whilst it's blue and then wait for it to go gold. As soon as it goes gold, one tap the drone and it will drop the ball. You can then break the ball to get gold loot. Number 9. Crypto's drone can pick up banners. This means that you can stay safe whilst you go and get your friends with the drone. Now, drones can't revive teammates, so if you're not confident you can win a fight or you're simply outnumbered, wait for the enemies to eliminate your knocked teammate and then sneak in with the drone to get the banner instead. You should get as far away as possible from your teammate's banner before sending in your drone. That way you'll have as much of a head start on the enemies as possible, which means you'll have a better chance of getting out alive and reviving your teammates safely. Number 10. Crypto's drone can go outside the ring. This is useful for a couple of reasons. The first is for banner recovery and the second is for getting easy elimination on players coming into the ring. You can scout the area and then EMP charge them to get their shields low. Number 11. Remember that Crypto's drone EMP only does shield damage, so if you see a drone coming and your shields are already down, wait for it to activate before healing your shields. Number 12. Drones cannot see through smoke, so Bangalore is a great counter to Crypto. Throw down your smokes to conceal your position to nearby crypto players. Number 13. When you press fire on the charge rifle, it charges up before dealing a massive burst of damage. However, the laser that charges up also does damage over time. If you hit a target at long range, they'll be slowed by this initial laser because all bullets slow players. This means it will be easier to line up that charged shot when it comes. Note that this doesn't work for Crypto and Gibraltar because their fortified perk stops bullets from slowing them. Number 14. The charge rifle can be effective in a pinch up close too. You can press the fire, then start walking around cover to walk your aim into the target. That way you'll do damage as you turn the corner and hopefully you can line up the big charge too. Number 15. You can stop the train by going to the front of it and accessing the terminal. Great for if you need your team to catch up or need a breather before entering a nearby city. After a while the train will automatically start back up again. Number 16. See these buildings? They're everywhere. You can slide cleanly underneath them for some incredible bamboozles or slick getaways. Number 17. The Anvil receiver adds new power to the flatline and R301, especially at longer range. It essentially turns both weapons into DMRs. Whilst the flatline flatline does more damage, the R301 actually has faster bullet velocity, so this means bullet drop is less and bullet travel time is less. The R301 also fires faster than the flatline with the anvil receiver activated, so the DPS is similar. This makes the R301 a better DMR than the flatline in some regards. If you can lead your shots though, sometimes hitting those crisp 43 damage shots can be more worthwhile. Number 18. The old body shield perk has been removed, and now finishers fully recharge your shields even if you don't have gold gear. Remember that if you have no shields and you essentially have a free finisher because an enemy pushed ahead without their team, then it's a great opportunity to get your shields back. Number 19. You can grapple on the train. It sends you very fast. You take the train's momentum and that adds to the momentum you get from the grapple too. Number 20. You can also grapple on the drone. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I cannot wait to see what crazy things people do with this one. Number 21. Here's a secret sniper spot that overlooks the capital city. Not only does this give you an incredible sightline, but you also get guaranteed sniper weapons from these loot bins. Number 22. The drone EMP radius is really large, like really large, so be careful, you can stun yourself and your teammates and damage your own shields too. Number 23. You can EMP people through buildings with Crypto's drone, so if you don't want to lose your drone, activate it on the other side of a building. Number 24. You can leave the drone and remotely EMP, hide it next to your enemies, then push with your team, then activate the EMP. If there are some hardcore campers, a good option is just to put it on the other side of the wall and then activate it once you're at a reasonable distance to push as soon as the EMP goes off. Number 25. If you're looking for loot drones, try sorting facility. There seems to be a high amount of them there. It makes sense, they're called cargo drones after all. I seem to find 2 to 3 drones every time I go here. Also, sorting facility has some great loot in general. Number 26. The flying drones drop keys and you can use those keys to open secret loot rooms. I've shown the locations on the map now. There seems to be some kind of timer, so it may not be that they don't officially open until this date. I haven't found a single key yet, so it may be we have to wait 1 week before they open, but the mechanics are there for sure, so it's going to be exciting when these finally open up to us.
Pork chops.
Hey, great, you made it to the midway point of my video. That means a lot that you stuck by this long. As a reward, why not take a moment to relax by cooking yourself up some juicy pork chops. Thanks to Mirage, we now have the universe's very best pork chop recipe. Number 27, if you're looking for action, either drop at Capital City or on the train. These are effectively the world's edge versions of Skulltown and the supply ship. Number 28. You can press the tactical button for Crypto, then press it as soon as the screen has loaded to get the drone out quickly. You can actually keep moving during all of this so you don't stop for a second. Good for covering your back when you're being chased. Number 29. You can watch yourself with your drone, so if you're looking for an enemy you can scout out the area and keep an eye on your back too. Hide behind cover near where you may think enemies are, but not too close, then send in your drone and get an aerial view to keep track of everything around you. Number 30. Sometimes the best way to use your drone is to hide it in plain sight. Put it above the battle and get it to look down. Many times your enemies won't notice it because they'll be busy with fighting you. Because the drone has a 30-meter distance for the enemy tagging feature to work, I find it's best to have it 15 to 20 meters off the ground, slightly hidden above head somewhere. Number 31. The shotgun bullet size has increased, which means you're going to hit a lot harder with shotguns now. The Peacekeeper and EVA in particular are going to hit more consistent damage now, so make sure to give them a go. Number 32. Not only does the Mozambique fit in with the weapon's for increased bullet size, but the Mozambique is surprisingly powerful at longer range now because the spread has been reduced even further. The recoil has also been reduced too. Even without hammer points, the Mozambique is now effectively a powerful short to mid-range pistol. Hammer points are still in the game too, so the Mozambique is actually super strong. Number 33. Snipers are now more effective at longer range. The further the distance, the larger the size of the bullets get, so aim up those sights and hit those headshots. Number 34. Listen to your legends. If you get shot by a different team, your character will now call out that you are getting third-partied. Really useful for when you're in the heat of the moment and may not notice multiple teams are in the area. Number 35. Gibraltar can now throw his ultimate and tactical further. Throw the tactical on teammates from a distance to give them cover. The tactical also allows people inside to have 25% faster healing too. You can also now finally throw the ultimate at a distance to deal massive damage from afar instead of just throwing it on top of your own head. Number 36. There are a surprising number of great drone hiding spots. Once again, it's better to hide your drone than let it passively ping players instead of just sitting on your drone and moving it around, which makes it obvious to other players. Also, the more time you spend on your drone, the longer you're leaving your team in potential 2v3 situations. Number 37. If you want to keep your drone alive, get it low to the ground and dodge in and out of buildings and cover. The drone can be surprisingly zippy and it can be difficult to hit in this situation. Number 38. Instead of moving your drone around in a fight, hide it somewhere 15 to 20 meters in the center of a fight or a busy area and then let it sit there. It will passively scan players as they walk by, and players are less likely to spot it than if you're flying around with it. Number 39. If you fight on the train, you should try to run the same direction it is traveling. You'll get the movement speed of the train on your side, but if you run against it, you move very slowly. Number 40. You can open loot bins with a drone to see what loot is in an area. Leave the drone at the loot so you don't lose track of it. Number 41. Drone loot balls can do damage. If you shoot them right next to you, it will do a ton of damage, about 100 I think, but you can also use this to your advantage. If you see a player about to open a loot drone, shoot it yourself and it will explode and deal damage. Number 42. Sometimes the drone just serves as a good distraction. If you can hide it well or play in and out of cover with it, it will keep pinging the enemy and making noise on their game. It's a frustrating distraction that allows you and your team to push up and catch enemies by surprise. Number 43. Season 2's Battle Pass system is back, which means you need to take advantage of the way the base XP system works. Essentially, each level you need more XP and stars to level up. It starts at 9,000 XP per level and increases by an extra 9,000 each level until it hits a massive 54,000 XP. However, it resets back to 9,000 per level, so if you are limited for time, the best thing you can do is complete the first few levels each week and aim for completing daily challenges during your playtime. Weeklies can be completed at any point. Number 44. There are a lot of great open areas in World's Edge, but there are some pretty extreme bottlenecks too. For example, Fuel Depot is a major bottleneck. Watch out for the areas like this that force you through small routes in the mountains, because it's a dangerous way to get jumped on by multiple squads when the zone is coming in. Number 45. Need good loot? A lot of people say there isn't enough loot on World's Edge, but that's just not true. Some places could do with a bit of buff in loot density, but I've pointed out the places that do have really good loot density on screen. The green circles are places with great loot density and not much action in terms of how many people drop there. The red circles are still great for loot density, but they are pretty hot in terms of action. Take note here, I'm talking about loot density, not loot tiers. By that I mean generally how many items of loot there are in that area compared to other spots. Now this is just from my own personal experience. If you have any tips for looting, share them in the comments below. Number 46. In Train Yard, pay note to these top areas. You can loot up here. It's quite hard to get up here. A great spot for Pathfinder or for those that land here. It gives you a great overview of the area below too. Number 47. For some reason, Crypto's drone cannot ping enemies through glass. Even if you can blatantly see them, they won't be pinged. Number 48. There are a lot of buildings in World's Edge that look like they have glass windows, but actually they are open areas, so be careful around them and don't be fooled. You can get shot through these. Number 49. Many multi-floor buildings in the cities have zip lines leading up to the roof and stopping at every floor. Don't take the bottleneck on the stairs, take the zip line instead. Number 50. To counter this, you can put a drone at the top of a zipline looking down to tag any enemies trying to flank you. Number 51. Try not to land at unnamed locations. Loot gets snapped up pretty big in the big cities and the zone will come in, so it's best to land somewhere with good loot density first. Number 52. The Owl Star is actually worth picking up now. They've added a 1x digital threat optic to it, which means it's now possible to actually see what you're aiming at. The recoil has been reduced massively too, and the damage was reduced from 21 to 19, but that isn't a problem. It still does tons of damage. The most important thing is that you can actually see what you're aiming at now. So that rounds up my 52 tips for Apex Legends Season 3. I'd like to thank EA again for sponsoring this video. Once again, if you haven't installed it, go get Apex Legends for free from the link in the description. Season 3 is available right now on PS4, Xbox One and PC. If you have any of your own tips you'd like to share, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll see you there. Cheerio!